Greetings and namaste. Today I'm doing a video for days 39 and 40 of my 100-day juice feast. Yesterday I completely forgot to do a video. I had planned on doing it when I had gotten home from after hanging out with friends and doing some social stuff, and I just completely forgot, and then I kept saying I'm gonna make it later, I'm gonna do it before bed, and then I just never did it. So here I am today on day 40. Got some scratch on my forehead here. I don't even know how I got it. It's been in there for a couple days. Just noticing on camera how much it shows up. But anyways, so today is kind of a rough day. It's not rough because I'm hungry or anything like that, but I'm definitely, I don't know how much is the cleanse and how much is just myself, just regardless of the cleanse, but I'm definitely having an emotional detox day, which I've had a little bit off and on the past couple days. It's funny how after day 35 I started having more of the cleanse, because the first 30 days were not much of a cleanse other than some weight loss, but I guess I'm now accessing more of the deeper toxins that I need to flush out. So emotions are definitely coming up with it. So it's been an interesting few days. Pardon me. Just woke up like 45 minutes ago, and I'm, haven't had my juice yet, so I'm still a little tired. But anyways, so I'm having the experience of emotional detox, and right now I'm mostly feeling it, or maybe feeling it a little more intensely than usual, over lost friendships. I have had a friendship recently that I had let go of, and then that friend and I had gotten back together as friends, and then that friend let go of me, and then I decided mutually that it was the best thing because it was an unhealthy relationship. For various reasons, and it also the person not being, very supportive of me inducing, or, well, more importantly, not being supportive of me eating a healthy raw food diet and things like that. So that friendship, although I do miss the fun times, I don't feel terrible about, but I definitely do process, and I've had dreams about it. Yesterday I had a dream about it. Pardon my yawning again. But anyways, I went to a social group last night run by a friend of mine, and I ran into, ironically, two people there that I'm no longer friends with, where the friendships were ended that I didn't want to end. The first one was someone I had met years ago who I'd hung out with a few times, who I shared some personal interests with, and we'd become friends. And then one day on the phone we were talking, and this person had, was, one of the things we shared in common was being vegetarian. Well, me being vegan, him being, I think, more ovo-lacto vegetarian, and but eating a lot of vegan stuff. And then at some point, for what he described as health reasons, he decided, I think it was health reasons, it's been so long I don't even remember, decided to start eating meat again. And of course, like, one of my biggest pet peeves, or one of the things that makes me the saddest, is when people go from being vegetarian to going back to eating, meat, whether it's, red meat, or whether it's, even, birds or fish or whatever. Like, it makes me so sad, because I'm so emotionally connected to the plight of animals, that it really bothers me when people, do that, because I feel like people were, helping, and they were loving, and they were being part of this amazing thing, being vegetarian, helping, heal the world, and not taking the lives of animals. And especially when I have a connection with someone and I really like them, it really bothers me, especially because I in my life would like more friendships of like-minded people who are vegetarian and vegan and into raw foods and spiritual in a non-dogmatic sort of way. All are one, we are one sort of mentality. So it's really hurtful, hurtful towards me. And it's not even that it's about me. It's that I feel sad for the animals that have lost another friend, have lost another more support, and so it really bums me out. And in this conversation with this person, I expressed that, and I talked about that and how I feel about that, and understandably they got upset with me because I was lecturing them on stuff that they shouldn't do, and regardless of the topic, when anyone does that, the other person gets defensive and gets angry, and so that effectively ended that friendship. So it's very depressing, and I ran into that person last night, and we didn't really talk, but they were friendly, and then I knew how to contact them online. So when I got home today, I sent them a message and I said, hey, haven't seen you in years, I hope you're doing well, and I apologize for anything I've said or been done in the past, or that has been offensive. Even if I believe in what I said, I guess the way I went about it or whatnot definitely wasn't good. So it's just really tough dealing with that sort of thing. And the person responded back to me and accepted my apology, which is awesome. But and it's okay seeing me in public situations with other friends and whatnot, but doesn't ever want to have any personal relationship with me again, and doesn't want to have one-on-one contact with me again outside groups. And that's really sad to me, that it just boggles me that someone can be so angry with me and says that they don't have any hard feelings towards me, but obviously on some level do, because they're not able to interact with me on a more friendly way. So it's sad, and I don't ever like to have experiences like that with people, but I realize that being someone who is outspoken on certain topics and has a strong personality, I realize that's probably going to be the reality with some people, and some people just have a hard time letting go of old feelings and learning to trust people new and again. And I don't know, maybe I'm being assumptive. Maybe if I run into this person more, maybe that will heal and even more. But and then there's another person who I had been kind of acquaintances, not really good friends with for years. Mostly we chatted online and hung out a few times in person, and anyways, they stopped being friends with me because of something I had posted on Facebook. I had posted a video on how I felt that it was sad around the world that in various countries, especially in countries of people who are darker skinned, a lot of skin lightening creams are marketed, and the idea being that light skin is more beautiful than dark skin, which I think is complete BS, and it's horrible that kind of belief is perpetuated around the world, thanks to the long-lasting effects of white European colonialism around the world, and and whatnot. And anyway, so I posted that, and then I posted the video for India Ari for her song Brown Skin, which I think is so beautiful because it's really celebrating that dark skin and how beautiful it is. And just, I was talking about how the message is, how that message is so much more positive and amazing. And then I made a comment that it's ironic that with all of this, that white people go and want to get tans and want to darken their skin. and I said sheesh, and this person got offended and said that I was being dismissive of people of color by comparing the two. And I was essentially saying that it's really sad about that darker skinned people are taught that they need to be lighter skinned to be beautiful, and I was just saying, you know, clearly as I am now, that it's ironic that white people want to then get darker, but I know it's for completely different reasons, and or the effects are different, because white people wanting to get tans isn't oppressive. It isn't a result of oppression, whereas darker skinned people wanting to lighten their skin more often is. So anyways, there became, kind of a debate about this, and the person, was like saying I was being dismissive of this, and, was like, whatever. And so I explained that no, that wasn't my intention, and, I ended up deleting all of those comments, and that of somebody else who had also gotten the wrong idea, and then I clarified it, and I gave credit to them for, bringing up that maybe the way I had said it was a little unclear, and I corrected that, but I didn't want to take away from the original post in the message within it, wanting to be one of positivity and bringing awareness. So they said, this one person who said that then I was dismissing them and that I was trying to hide my shit, quote unquote, and and the whole thing was that in that conversation I didn't feel like I was in the wrong. I felt like, maybe I could have expressed things more clearly, or I don't know, but I clarified it and I wasn't trying to hide anything, and this person got really, irked by me, and then sent me this nasty message saying I couldn't handle what they wanted to say to me, and they didn't want to be friends with me anymore, and then it became this conversation of philosophical differences, them being scientific and atheist, and me being very spiritual and metaphysical, and them not wanting to do anything with me anymore. And they were there last night too, and ironically both of them were hanging out together, so it was like, whoa, got these two people who dislike me because of these past experiences and philosophical differences, and it's awful. So, and I sent a message to this person too, saying, I also, if it's possible, I'd like to heal our friendship, and we don't have to be friends on Facebook. I don't really care about that, but and they too said the same thing as the other person. They didn't really want anything to do with me on a personal level. They were okay seeing me in groups and all that, and I guess I can understand that, because they're worried about dealing with differences and all that, and whatnot. But it's sad, and I wish to have more friendships where I can communicate with people, and we can have our differences, and we can be okay with our differences even if we debate. And I feel that really good friends can debate and can be okay with that, because there are enough other things to keep friendship, and these people aren't saying they don't want to talk to me at all ever, but it's just it's a tough thing to deal with, and having the emotional cleanse from the juicing at the same time is really hard. I'm an emotional person anyway. I'm very emotion and heart based, and very in tune with emotional energy, and over the years, having been a Reiki practitioner and having been a spiritual person and doing massage, I'm very empathic and very tuned in with emotional energy, and also with the energy of other people, and so I pick up those feelings too, amplifying my own, and sometimes I have a hard time differentiating between other people's emotional energy and my own, which makes things really difficult. Especially, that's actually really important. That's one of the things in juicing, and also when living the raw lifestyle, eating raw foods, is you become very light, and it's almost like if you're not able to balance that, either with diet or exercise or daily spiritual practice or grounding practice or whatever, you can be like an emotional raw nerve. And that's probably the reason why over the years I have been an emotional eater, is to suppress these deeper emotions that come up, and instead of focusing on and dealing with them, because sometimes it's really painful to deal with, especially when you are as emotionally centered as or as emotionally based as I am, and also tune in strongly to other people's emotions and don't always have the ability to block them out or differentiate them. Um, so I'm having one of those emotional days, which I'm sure is pretty obvious. But I'm sure the day is going to get better, especially after I have my nice grounding green juice this morning. And I think I'm going to have a little bit of the Health Force Naturals Earth. It's this grounding blend of herbs and roots and supplements, in powder form that I can mix, a tablespoon of in my juice to help bring some greater grounding this morning. Maybe I'll go out and get some flower essences too, to deal with it, either Rescue Remedy or something similar that just helps to deal with uncovering, unraveling, and dissipating negative and old emotions that are no longer serving me. So anyways, that's my sharing for today. I'm going to make a lovely high green juice this morning, and I might even juice a little bit of pineapple today, because I was able to get a good ripe pineapple yesterday, so I'm excited about that. But anyways, thank you folks for joining me today, doing my video for day 40 and also the day 39 that I hadn't yet done. As you can see, my sprouts are ready to harvest behind me. That's buckwheat, which I'm just, again, as I said in earlier videos, just doing a little bit of, because you don't want to juice a lot of buckwheat on a regular basis because it can make your skin sensitive to sunlight. And I've got some wheatgrass a mix of grasses that need probably another day or so to mature before they're ready to harvest. So, anyways, thank you folks for joining me today. Namaste, and I will see you hopefully tomorrow, but if not tomorrow, then I'll definitely see you the day after. Namaste, peace be with you folks all, and I dedicate this vlog today, or vlog, to all the people dealing with strong emotions and to friendship. And if you can relate to what I said, and you can relate to, raw foods and raw veganism, send me a message. I would love to connect with you. So peace and love, and I'll see you soon.